brothers doing out there today? Y'all all right? All right. Well, that was me, Michael the Black Man, singing on there. Today is the end of the wicked rulership.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on.
My name is Woodside-Symonette, and I'm running for president.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
This is going to be rough. I'm running for president. In Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, I was known as Mikael, which is Michael.
Yes, sir.
I am Michael the Black Man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I am Michael the Black Republican Speak.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I am Michael Warns.
Yes, sir.
I am the messenger of Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm running for president as the messenger because in order for me to enact all that the messenger is to do, I must be president.
Yes, sir. Come on.
To show everybody how to live forever and give you life and life more abundantly,
Come on.
I must be the president.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In order for me to free the white man
Yes, sir. That's right.
and the black man
All right.
from prison,
That's right. Sir.
I'm not necessarily talking about inside the jailhouse.
That's right.
The Bible said I would open the prison houses.
Yes, sir.
In order for me to open the prison houses, I have to be the president.
Yes, sir. That's right.
In order for me to save the white man, my brother,
All right.
and hold him not guilty
Yes, sir. Come on.
of all that he is accused of.
Yes, sir. Come on.
In order for me to pardon him,
Yes, sir. Yeah. Sir.
I must be the president.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Must be.
The Ishmaelites are all Arabs, Indians, and Pakistanis, and Palestinians, Assyrians, and all of those Middle Eastern people.
Yes, sir. Come on. Come on.
They are all of Asia.
Yes, sir. Tell the truth, Lord.
North Asia
Yes, sir.
and South Asia.
Yes, sir.
South Asia is India.
Yeah.
North Asia is Russia.
Yes, sir. All right.
Putin is Asian.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He is Indian.
Yes, yes.
Or should I say Ishmael?
Yes, yes, sir. That's the same thing.
Ishmael, all of you Arabs, Indians, and Pakistanis, especially you East Indians from India,
Yes, yes, sir.
this is my warning to you,
All right.
my brother.
Yes, sir.
Repent quick.
Yes, sir. Tell us.
Because when I wake up the white man, when I wake up my little brother Japhet, the father of all the white European Gentiles according to Genesis 10:1 through 5,
Yes, sir. Come on.
when I wake up my little brother Japhet,
Yes, sir.
when I wake up the white man,
Yeah.
dash your ass.
Yes, sir. Come on. Come on. Yes, sir.
Everyone say, Michael, you shouldn't curse like that. Shut the hell up. I'm not going to speak smooth things for you.
That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm going to let you know the truth in its most raw form.
Yes, yes, yes.
The devil is coming down with great wrath
Come on.
because he knows he has but a short time
Yes, yes, sir.
for me to get to my people. Now, Ishmael, I'm going to warn you right now that Yahweh says we're not here to fight against flesh and blood.
Come on.
According to Ephesians 4:12, it says, I'm here to fight against those who sit in high places.
Yes, sir.
The wicked one,
Yes, sir.
the nobles,
Yes, sir.
Psalms 83, 1 through 5 says, keep not thy sounds, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Yes, sir.
For they are confederate with one consent. They are against us, and they have cut off our name, culture, history, and nationality.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Come on.
And then Yahweh named them. The first ones he named was Ishmael,
Yes, sir. He did. Come on, that's him.
Yes, sir.
Esau,
Yes, sir.
Hagarine,
Yeah.
those Africans
Yes,
That's
sir.
it.
who act like they're us, but they're not us.
Get out.
Then he named the Canaanites,
Come on now.
the Pezerites, who are the Canaanites, the Sidonians, and all of them.
Yeah. Come on. Get together.
But then King David in that prayer said, oh Yahweh,
Yes, sir.
in verse 9 through 11,
Yes.
please destroy the nobles of them that did this to us.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Ephesians 6:12, that is, I'm sorry. Destroy the nobles of them. So I'm not after all of you Ishmaelites.
Yes, sir. Come on.
So you can repent, because Revelation 7:9-13 said every nation, kindred, and tongue will be with the Son of Man in the latter days.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So that means you can repent.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The reason why I'm reaching out to you right now is because the rest of this story, after I reach out to you, is your head on a platter to white people.
Yes, sir.
They're going to be so mad, I don't know what I'm going to be able to say to stop them from putting their foot up your behind.
Oh. Sad situation.
Sad situation. So what I'm trying to do, Ishmael, is East Indians and Arabs and Pakistanis, you got a serious problem. You're between a rock and a hard place.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got the white man over here, and you got your other brother, the Arabs, who are ISIS and Boko Haram and
Yes, sir.
Al-Qaeda and Hamas.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ISIS, who says if you're not a Sunni Muslim, if you're not an over-righteous Sunni Muslim, even though East Indians and Palestinians and Pakistanis are the same people, the sons of Ishmael,
Yes, sir.
though you're all Ishmael, your brother to the left of you
Come on.
wants to put his foot up your behind.
Yes, sir. Wow.
Read Genesis chapter 16, Isaiah. Let's see how Ishmael, when he was born, what Yahweh said he was going to do.
Okay.
Read.
Verse 12.
Genesis 16:12. Read.
And he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren.
So what this chapter is talking about the birth of Ishmael, the father of all Arabs, Indians, and Pakistanis, and Syrians, and all those Middle Eastern people.
Yes, sir.
All of Asia.
Yeah.
And all of Asia is India, Russia, and all of the Middle East.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Asia Major
Come on.
and Asia Minor.
Yeah. Okay. All that.
You are one of the sons of perdition, meaning the sons of the loser. What does that mean? You lost to Isaac. You lost. You went into perdition because you're mad.
Yes, sir. He's upset.
Like Canaan and Ham was mad. Ham is the father of all Africans. You had three sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Yes, sir.
Ham had a son named Canaan. They raped Noah, and they both got cursed to hell.
Yeah.
And they lost their inheritance.
Right there.
Noah was a Hebrew. Shem, Ham, and Japheth were Hebrew. But when Ham tried to make Noah lose his moral authority because he wanted to really take over from Shem,
Yes, sir.
He was cursed and he was disinherited, so he was no longer called a Hebrew, so he named himself after his mammy, who was called Naamah, who changed her name to Egyptus the African.
Yes. Wow. Come on. Yes, sir.
They named themselves after their mama and called themselves Africans.
Yeah.
They are different from Shem and Japheth. Shem is the father of the people that the Bible said would be carried away captive and treated evil for 400 years and carried away on ships. The only people on planet Earth that fit that description is the black man of America, and Abraham was called a Hebrew in Genesis 14:13. See?
Come on now. Abraham's children.
So the children of Abraham are the Hebrew Israelites.
Yes, sir.
Japheth is the father of all the isles of the Gentiles.
Yes.
Genesis 10:1-5. We got to figure out who everybody else,
That's right.
so we can have that cleared up. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you who's who in the book of who's who. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you this.
Come on. Lay it out.
Our true history, the world's best kept secret.
Yes.
Hey, team, and I know you think you can hide, but I got your ass.
See you, brother.
Your butthole is tight right now, boy. Jesus Christ, shut up. Don't whine now.
Too late.
Japheth and Shem are the blessed ones.
Yes, sir.
Yahweh promised Shem and Japheth that they would go to heaven in the last day and dwell in the same tent
Yes.
forever and ever.
Yes, sir.
Genesis 9:18-28. Shem and Japheth were blessed. Ham and Canaan was cursed to serve Shem and Japheth.
Yes. Yes.
Ham and Canaan had a son named Nimrod, the first Mason,
Yes, he was.
and the first vampire, the first Illuminati,
Yes. Come on with it now.
the first Hyksos.
Yes, you are. Right.
And then when Abraham delivered Lot and Terah out of the hands of Nimrod,
Yeah.
the mixture of Cush and Canaan,
Yes, sir.
they decided to marry Ishmael and Esau,
Yeah. Come on.
the two other sons of perdition who lost,
Yes, sir. Wow.
the losers.
Lose. Yes, they are. Lose.
In Genesis 28 and Genesis 36, Ishmael and Esau married into Canaan.
Yes, sir.
Because Canaan said, Abraham and Japheth will never accept us ruling over them.
That's right.
Because they know that Canaan and Ham is to serve them.
Yeah.
But Isaac will allow Ishmael to rule. He had Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob,
Yes.
the blessed line
That's right.
from his daddy Terah, whose father was Shem.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Come on.
Genesis chapter 10 and chapter 11. Go recite it yourself, Buster Crab, Jonathan, Joseph the third.
Yes.
So now you got this little problem here. These boys that mixed together and created their own lodge, their own brotherhood,
Yes, sir.
and decided to take the land of Yahweh away from us and name it Canaan.
Yes, sir.
Now it's Canaan's land. And they took it through force. They called it Canaan's land, and they took the land through force.
Yes, sir.
So now I have to come and wake up Shem and Japheth.
Yes, sir.
So I now know that according to Genesis chapter 38 and chapter 26, that Ishmael is in unity with Canaan.
Yes, sir.
And they became called the Hyksos.
Yes, sir.
The Hyksos was this new king that rose up in Egypt that knew not Joseph. And you look up Hyksos, it's a mixture of Hamites, Canaanites, Edomites, Esau, and Ishmael.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because the Canaanites said Abraham's people are not going to allow us to rule them, so we have to use his big brother Ishmael, the father whose father was Abraham.
Yes.
So they'll allow him to do it. They're the red people
Yeah. Come on.
from Hagar, the Egyptian woman.
Yes, sir.
The wild ass of a man, he'll let them rule because Isaac already feels so bad that his mama put Ishmael out into the desert with his mammy Hagar.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
He said, you know, I got to follow the rules, my brother. As I beat you with this whip, I'm only following instructions from the Pharaoh. I'm your brother.
Yeah, right.
That's why when you look on the pyramids, it's red Ishmaelites, Arabs, East Indians from India whipping black Hebrews.
Yes, sir.
Like the Katy Perry video, the white Canaanite was sitting on the throne.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
The Hebrews built the pyramids for the Hyksos,
Yes, sir.
who are Canaanites, Hamites, and Ishmaelites.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They used the Ishmaelites to regulate us.
Yes, sir.
Nimrod's people, the Masons. That's why in the Masonic Lodge you have the Quran as a book, and the Canaanite book, which is the Bible, and the Edomite book, which is the Torah.
Yes, sir.
They got all three of those books in there to indicate who are the rulers. That's why the Shriners, that word comes from Muslims, or should I say Arabs.
Yes, yes, sir. Come on.
When they march in their Shriners parade, they wear fez and they carry an Arab sword to show you that they are
Yes.
the regulators.
Yes. Come on. Yeah.
By force,
Yes, sir.
with the threat of devoweling you,
Yeah.
cutting you into 33 pieces,
Oh.
Yes, sir.
and burying you at low tide.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
That's the threat. If you ever reveal these Hyksos,
Yes, sir.
then they come and recruit you to masonry and make you vow to never tell the secret.
Yes, sir.
And most of the secrets, they don't even tell you. If you bump into it, you already vowed to not tell it
Yes, sir.
through threat of their little sword.
Yeah. Feel.
Well, I'm not bound.
No, sir.
I never took that vow.
Yes, sir. Come on.
I am unlettered.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Come on.
Yes, sir.
I was taught by the Son of God himself,
Yes, sir.
Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Yes, sir.
No, not YB. No, sir. No, sir.
Not him.
I was taught by the Most High.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The one who came and said to me in front of all the Hebrews, this is my son,
Yes.
in who I am well pleased.
Hey, come on.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'm the only one that my father Yahweh ben Yahweh said that about ever. You got other brothers that claim that, but that's a lie. Where's your second witness, nigga?
I don't have it.
Yahweh didn't say he would die and come back in a bald-headed person. He didn't say that.
No.
No, it didn't.
The bald-headed person is okay. I'm not mad with him. He got his church. Do your thing, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Keep the brothers together until it's time.
Yes, sir.
And all of you who are out there doing that, I'm not mad with you. Do your thing until it's time.
Yes, sir.
Time will come. Yes, sir.
Time to see.
Get the glory.
And when it's that time,
Yes, sir.
you know what to do. Do it quickly,
Yes, sir.
lest they come upon you like Herod did, who did not give your Yahweh the glory, and right away an angel slew him.
Yes, sir.
Don't be that Herod, brother.
Do it.
Brother,
Don't do it.
don't does it.
Don't do it.
So I'm not mad with you. Do your thing. She thought she built you up and she thought she could take you down. Didn't work. Do your thing.
Yes, sir.
Even though we don't have Mikael participating in this, which is sad, He's not laughing or clapping or anything. He's just going to sleep. But I can do this anyway.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Let's go. Go.
Praise Yahweh. So anyway, I'm talking about little me guy, not me. I'm getting around to this here because they arrested one of our brothers named Anthony, and everybody's wondering what's going to happen. They're trying to strike fear, see. See, when Canaan, the son of Ham, died,
Yes, sir.
you get this book called The Curse of Cain.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Google that book, The Curse of Cain. It's about the war on Shem
Yes, sir.
and Japheth.
Yes, sir. Wow.
Yes, it is.
I got to predicate all this so everybody will know what's going on. Because once I wake up white people, there's no turn back.
That's right.
When my little brother wake up, he's going to be in the mood to just do nothing but whoop your natural bone.
Sir.
I don't know.
Upset.
You know, the water, the Bible said in Revelation chapter 12, in chapter 17, the water that thou sawest are people's kindreds and tongues.
Yes, sir.
And Jesus was able to tell the waters in Matthew,
Yes, sir.
peace be still.
That's right. Come on.
But I don't know how I'm going to be able to tell white people who are part of these waters, peace be still. This is going to be hard. So, Ishmael,
Yes, sir.
hear ye, because you know what I'm talking about, boy.
Yes, sir.
The only thing I'm doing now is letting you know that I know who you are.
Come on. Yes, sir.
So there would be no mistakes here.
Oh, yeah.
You sand Negro.
Yes, sir.
Crystal clear.
Wow.
I know that you're Magog and Gog. I know that that's Russia and China.
Yes, sir.
I know that you're Asia Major and Asia Minor. I know that Asia is India and Russia.
Yes, sir. Come on.
I know that you are the Khazars. I know that you were Nimrod.
Yes, sir.
I know that you were the Hyksos.
Yes, sir. Come on.
I know that you were, what do they call them, sir? You had the Hyksos, you had the Phoenicians,
Another one.
then you had the Khazars, you had the Jews, Sadducees and Pharisees, then you had now the Masons, the Boule,
Yes, sir.
Come on, man.
the Baphomet, the Illuminati. I know all about you.
Yes, sir.
All about your Bilderbergers and trilateralists, you know, whoop-de-woo, whoop-de-woo, whatever.
Got it.
We've traced you down.
Yes, sir.
You're holding a brother, and you think you're safe, but you're really not. Because we know that in that book called The Curse of Canaan, we know that it said Canaan when he died.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Oh yeah, I forgot. Got one more. Yeah, let me start off here. The Masons were under Nimrod, then they became called the Hyksos, then they became called the Phoenicians, then they became called the Arcadians, and then they became called Sadducees, the Pharisees, the Jews.
Yes, sir.
Revelation 3:9, those that call themselves Jews are not and do lie.
Yes, sir.
They're really Ishmael.
Come on. Come on.
Yes, sir.
What a bomb.
Drop the ball.
Led by Canaan.
Yes, sir. Tell the truth, sir.
Canaan trying to hide like he the devil.
Tell.
You ain't the devil, sucker, even you deceived
Yes, sir. That's right.
by her,
Yes,
you
sir.
punk sucker.
Yes, sir.
You white boy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
European white Gentiles, you are not Canaan.
No, you're not.
Canaan was cursed white.
Yes, sir.
White as snow.
Yes, it was.
Shem and Japheth saved Noah from Ham and Canaan.
Yes, sir.
It did.
Canaan is a white African African because his daddy was Ham, the father of all Africans.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Canaan can't get a suntan.
No,
That's right.
Japhet is the father of the Gentile white European people.
yes, sir.
They can suntan.
Yes, sir.
That's my little brother.
Yes, sir.
He just got light, bright, darn near white when he moved into Europe, and there was an earthquake that caused the Dark Ages, and he got bright, and then the Canaanites came up there and mixed with them Indian, Arabs, and Chinese and Japanese when an atomic bomb hit them and laid their hair down flat.
Yes, sir. Come on.
That's from Genesis chapter 19, and mixed with my little brother Japhet.
Yes, sir.
All of y'all didn't understand that, but they did. But Japhet is my little brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And he going to heaven with me because that was the first promise Yahweh gave to us after the flood in Genesis chapter 9. Shem and Japheth would dwell in the same tent in heaven forever.
Yes, sir.
Then you go to Revelation chapter 11, it says, the temple of Yahweh in heaven.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The temple of Yahweh in heaven
Yes, sir.
is filled up with the Jews, the black Hebrew Israelites,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
and the Gentiles.
Come on now.
That's why Paul said, I'm here for the Jew and the Gentile.
Yes, sir.
That's why 1 Corinthians 12:12 it reads, wide open
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
that I am here
Come on.
for the Jew and the Gentile.
Yes, sir.
Yes, he is.
Hey, you can't get around the Bible, bro.
No.
Get around it.
The Jew and the Gentile, the white European Gentiles are chosen.
Yes, sir.
That is why Jesus said, forgive that white European Gentile who stabbed black Jesus when he was on that tree.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
He stabbed him.
Yes.
And Jesus looked down at that European Gentile and said, forgive him, Lord, for he knows not what he's doing.
You know what he do.
Yes, sir.
Which means the Gentiles can't possibly be the devil, because the word devil means one who cannot be saved.
Yes, sir.
But Jesus saved them. That's why Romans 9:30 said, why are you saving the Gentiles, Jesus? And he said, because I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy on. And how can the pot say unto the potter, what doest thou? I made a promise back in Genesis chapter 9, and I aim to keep that promise.
Yes, sir.
Don't you see, I will break the law to keep my promise, saith the Lord?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by that, Lord? That's not fair. Yes, it is. That's why I told you to follow the laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments.
Yes, sir.
Not just the law. The law can be breached by the command.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And the command would only be invoked if Yahweh is trying to keep a promise or if it becomes necessary.
Yes, sir.
Go read Matthew chapter 12. The disciples were hungry. Jesus ordered them to pick the fruit on the Sabbath. And they said, Jesus, you can't do that. We're going to have to stone you. You're breaking the law. You're keeping breaking the law of the Sabbath. And Jesus said, was not David the king? Yes, but you can't break the law. Well, do you not call me the king? Yes, but you're not above the law. Then Jesus said, have you not read what David did? Go and do the exact same thing that I am doing, and made his soldiers go eat the bread of the priest, which was against the law, punishable by death. But because his soldiers were hungry and they needed to eat, he was able to order them to breach the law, and he could not be judged for it.
That's right.
There you go. Yes, sir.
That's right.
That's right.
And the Sadducees and the Pharisees, who are the Ishmaelites,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Come on. Yes,
were embarrassed and held their heads down
yes, sir.
and walked away.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Praise Yahweh.
The truth shall make you free.
You said, well, why was he able to do that? Because the law didn't rule that you break that causes physical punishment. A statute didn't rule that you break that causes civil punishment. A judgment is how much should you pay on a civil punishment, or the judgment can also be on the law, how many stripes should you be hit with. That is what a judgment is. A command is anything that the king or our Father Yahweh might command you to do that breaks the law and the statute, but he cannot be judged for it because it was either necessary or for purposes of keeping his promise. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise Yahweh.
Praise God.
Yes, sir.
So Yahweh has the right to breach the law. Hey, listen, he promised us that he's going to take us out of the land, out of Egypt, to take us to the land of milk and honey. We went and broke the law and built the golden calf and gave the glory to the golden calf. Yahweh told Moses in Exodus chapter 34, verses 9 through 14, Moses, get the hell out that country. Move out the way.
Yes, sir.
Moses, get the hell out that country. Move out the way. I'm going to make you a nation by yourself. These Negroes and gave glory to another God other than me. I need you to move out the way, boy, because you know the law is you can't build another God other than me. So I'm finna kill all these Negroes who needs to grow. And Yahweh was getting ready to blow him up, and Moses fell on his face and said, Yahweh, please. Everybody in the Egyptians are going to say, you cannot keep your promise. You lied. And he repented the Lord that he had made, that he had decided to kill the children of Israel, and he was hurt about it, and he remembered his promise, and he decided to break the law which said they should be put to death for making another God other than him, and decided to allow them to live. So that means the command can breach the law to keep the promise. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Yes, sir.
So Ishmael, you see your position is weak there, my brother. You say the firstborn is supposed to be able to get the right to rule.
That's his argument.
Sir, we're not finna listen to Sarah.
No.
What are you talking about, Michael? When Sarah made the decision to give Hagar to Abraham, that's how you was born, boy. In order to make you the king, we would have to submit to Sarah's thought. Sarah wasn't somebody we wanted really to submit to because she saw Abraham run to the tent door in the heat of the day. And he saw the Lord Yahweh standing there with two angels. The other 300 soldiers didn't even recognize the three men that was there. Only Abraham did, because they recognized it, they would have bowed too. But it said only Abraham recognized it. And he bowed himself towards the ground and said, my Lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away from thy servant. But the point is, he said, my Lord. Sarah knew that Abraham was bowing to Yahweh the Lord. And that same woman was in another tent cooking some food for Yahweh, and overheard Yahweh saying, I'm going to let Sarah have a baby in her old age. And Sarah said, that's impossible, and laughed within herself. Now only Yahweh would know that you did that. So when Sarah came back in the tent, Yahweh asked her, Sarah, why did you laugh when I said you were going to have a baby? And you know what our mama said? I didn't laugh. She lied to God. As if he don't know, the all-knowing didn't know that you lied. So Yahweh responded, you're lying. You did laugh. Of course, she submitted because he got a little loud right then. And the angels stood up and put their hands on the swords. And, it was just an uncomfortable situation. And it dawned on her that she should go home and tell the truth. But the point I'm making here, why in the hell would we listen to Sarah?
That's right. That's the point.
That That is the real point.
Yes, sir.
Why would I listen to her when she had the nerve to lie to God? Yahweh said, no. I don't care about Sarah giving Abraham Hagar, this Egyptian princess. Damn that.
That's right.
In Isaac shall the blessing be called.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Isaac, because Ishmael will be a wild ass of a man, and his hands are going to be against all of his brothers.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Ishmael, all of y'all here, East Indians, hear this. Your own brother's hand is against you.
Yes.
He wants to kill you, East Indians, because of your Kama Sutra homosexual wicked ways.
Yes, sir.
Your only hope is for me and the white man to save your behind. Because we're the greatest warriors on earth. The black man of America, the children of Israel, tribe of Judah, and the Vikings.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
The Gentiles.
Yes, sir.
That's why they the only ones on the football field with us, because they are us. That's my little brother.
Yes, sir.
But we not listening to Sarah though. For sure.
Yes.
Sarah decided, Hagar, and she had the firstborn, and she said, I got the firstborn, and the law is the firstborn gets it. Not if Yahweh commands it not to be Ishmael.
Come on.
What the hell are you questioning God for, Negro?
That's right.
He commanded that in Isaac shall the seed be called.
Yes, sir.
Not you, nigger, right?
Come on. Yes, sir.
Getting upset ain't gonna help you, boy. Plus, you're a weak one anyway, you sucker.
That ain't gonna help.
We don't even see you, you chump.
Yes, sir.
Now, I have warned you, East Indians. I'm warning all of you judges. I know there's 26 judges in Dade County who are stealing all white people and black people's properties.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We watch Barbara R.C.'s, whose name means Arabic language.
Yes, sir.
Or Arabian horse.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So I watched this horse heifer taking white people's property,
Yes, sir. That's right.
foreclosing on their businesses with no mercy.
No
Yes,
worries.
sir.
The whole bar association is just a company.
That's right.
Y'all look this up, Google it. They give lawyers the right to practice law,
Yes, sir.
Yes, right.
not do law, practice it.
Yes, sir.
Straighten it out, sir.
How in the hell did you get that right?
Come on, sir.
Straighten it
Tell-
out.
Come on.
You've made it illegal to be legal and legal to be illegal.
Oh, that's right.
Isaiah 5:20 said, woe to them that call good evil and evil good.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Everybody don't know that the Bar Association comes from Britain. And Britain got that whole idea
Yes, sir.
and is following and is doing and is acting like, meaning worship. When you act like somebody, you worship them.
That's right.
That's what worship is.
Come on. Yes, sir.
Acting like them.
Yes, sir.
Got that from guess who? India.
Okay, man.
Google it. Google it.
Yes, sir.
They got it from India.
Yes, sir.
Capital.
All of Europe wanted to be like India.
Yes, sir.
When they sent the ship to try, because the Europeans used to be nuts. Our little brother superstitious. He thought the earth was flat.
Yeah.
And that if you keep riding on the ship, at the end of that line there, he thought you was going to fall over off the earth. Just, that's my little brother. The Bible said he believes in fables. A little nut, but I'm here to save my brother.
Yes, sir.
But guess what white people was looking for when they went over there, going towards the west? They discovered that the earth must be round, and they tried to go around to run into guess where? India. They were looking for India because they called it heaven, because Ponce de Leon thought that the fountain of youth was over there.
Wow.
He was searching for India India. So when he saw the natives, he called them Indians. Indians. D-A-M-N.
Wow.
W-O-O-O.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
That's why they worship these people.
Yes, sir.
White people, today you're going to stop worshiping the East Indians from India.
Yes, sir.
You're going to stop worshiping the Arabs.
Yes.
You're going to stop calling them the most worshipful master. You're going to cause them to stand down.
Yes, sir.
Yahweh ben Yahweh is here. The potentate's potentate.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Y'all scared and anxious.
Oh, boy.
The son of perdition must be revealed and moved out of the way.
Yes, sir.
Got to know.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Because this is the time of Christ. And the time
Yes, sir.
that we must come together.
Come on.
AD, sit right, switch seats with him because he can be heard over here. This is the time for us to come back together and fight together in unity. The two brethren must come back together.
Yes, sir.
The two brethren are the two candlesticks.
Yes, sir.
The two angels.
Yeah.
The two witnesses.
Yes, that's right.
The two prophets.
Yes,
sir.
That the whole world mourned and hated in Revelation chapter 11.
Yes,
We
sir.
are the two pillars in Masonic Lodge.
Yes.
Yachin and Boaz, boy.
That's right. Yes, sir.
That's Shem and Japheth.
Yeah.
Black people, white people. That's us, the Hebrew Israelites and the Hebrew Japhites.
Yes.
We are the two prophets. We are the whole body of Christ,
Yes.
the Jew and the Gentile.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Open it up, please, Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh.
Yes, Yahweh.
Is Yahweh wonderful or what? Praise Yahweh. Let's give him a hand.
Praise Yahweh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yahweh is the Most High.
Yes, he is.
Yahweh ben Yahweh is the potentate's potentate.
Yes, sir.
In order for me to be the messenger of Yahweh
Yes, sir.
and open the prison houses like the Ishmaelites.
Yes.
Y'all remember Gandhi now. Gandhi had a 5-plot way to take over the world with a bloodless coup.
Yes, sir.
Nation by nation.
Yes, sir. That's right.
He said in Genesis 16:10, Ishmael will be like the sand of the sea, great in number.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's true, but don't worry. 1 Kings chapter 6 says, there's more that be with us
Yes, sir.
than be with them.
Yes, that's right. Come on.
Why? Because in Genesis chapter 9, which is specifically about 6 chapters, about 500 to 1,000 years before Ishmael was born and generating himself around the planet.
Yes, sir.
The Gentiles were in the Bible in Genesis chapter 9. He said, Japheth will be enlarged.
Yes, sir. That's right.
In other words, they'll have a lot of babies too.
Yes, sir.
And they got what they call today a head start.
Yes, sir.
Praise Yahweh.
That's right.
Head start has happened.
That's right.
So now they got a little problem here. There's more of us that be with them, so what do? Mahatma Gandhi said, you infiltrate the country with your numbers. You join on to the weak, since white people are really the majority. You join on to people on their side who consider themselves weak.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Like women's groups. Uh-oh. Gay groups. Uh-oh.
That's right.
Hey, we're Kama Sutra. We're gay too. Come on, it's no problem. Yeah, right. They join on to minority groups.
Yes, they do.
They join on to the youth of our people.
Yes, sir.
All of the people they consider weak. Guru Mahatma Gandhi said, you join on to them, make yourselves the majority by joining on to their weak groups, and then vote yourselves into power.
That's right.
But remember, Canaan is their teacher. He can't progenerate himself like Ishmael because, you know, he's weak.
That's right.
But he's the one that has the tricks down.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And he said, never tell Shem and Japheth the truth and strike fear in them so that they'll give up their rights.
Yes, sir.
So they play good guy, bad guy. How do they play good guy, bad guy? Oh, the Arabs, who are the over-righteous,
Yes, sir.
ISIS,
Extremists.
the extremists and all
Yes,
them
sir.
people,
That's right.
they recruit our people through Islam.
Yes, sir.
The East Indians and Pakistanis, really the East Indians, they recruit our people and use the word communism.
That's right.
Both are the same damn thing.
Yes, they are.
Give all of your wealth and power to one. And the one is Ishmael, Ishmael, Ishmael.
Wow.
Who shares it with Ham and Canaan, Canaan, Canaan. They're Masonic brethren, brethren, brethren.
Tell it, sir.
Uh-oh! SpaghettiOs.
All right.
Is that a rough one?
That's rough.
That's rough. I'm shining a light on them.
Vampires.
Now, Ishmael, you don't have to die the dog's death that you're going to die. Because I saw what Jesus called you in the Bible.
Yes, sir.
In Matthew chapter 15, a woman of Canaan came up to Jesus and said, save me, O Lord. My daughter, another Canaanite, is grievously vexed with the devil. And Jesus answered her not a word. And the disciples must have knew because they said, send her away, for she crieth after us. And Jesus responded and said, no. The bread of the children is not for them dogs.
Yes, sir. No. Oh, come on.
He called you a dog,
Yes, he did. Yes, sir. Werewolf.
a flesh-eating vampire werewolf dog,
Yes, sir.
coyote,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
wolf.
Yes, sir.
What's that other dog? Whatever the other dog is. Huh? Jackal.
Yes, sir.
The dog that's the baby eater
Yes, sir.
of other species.
Yes, they are.
Yahweh don't like, I'm sorry, Yahshua, Jesus, didn't like Canaanites and Ishmaelites.
No, sir.
No, he did.
What are you talking about? You know, they came after him several times. And Jesus said to the Jews, why do you seek to kill me, a man who has told you the truth?
Tell it, sir.
Now you finna bust yourself, Ishmael,
That's right.
because your response was classic. You sand Negro. White Jews who are Gentile Jews are embarrassed because they don't want to be known as the people that killed Jesus.
That's right.
Well, I'm going to tell you who killed Jesus because Jesus said and accused them and said, why do you seek to kill me? You're the ones that's going to kill me. Why do you want to kill me? And he said, here's the answer that busted him a wide open.
Yes, sir.
He said, what do you mean? My father is Abraham too.
Yes, sir.
Woo! Damn. You should have just kept your mouth shut. Because that answer blew it for you. Right, Paul?
Exposed.
Blew it for him.
Yes, sir.
And you say, what do you mean, Michael? Well, Jews who are Ashkenazi Jews, calm yourselves. I know you're feeling guilty because they're slick enough to flip it around and make you feel guilty.
Yes, they do.
But if he had been a Gentile Jew, he would say, what do you mean? My father is Japheth too.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because that's who his father was.
That's right.
He wouldn't have said Abraham, Because he didn't go through the line of Abraham. He went through the line of Japheth. So that's not him.
That's right. Be clear.
Cleared him up. Some of us think they're Esau Jews. But if he was an Edomite Esau Jew, he would have said, what do you mean? Isaac is my father too. Why would he have said that? Because Abraham had a son named Isaac, and Isaac had two sons, Jacob and Esau.
That's right.
So he would have said, Isaac is my father too.
That's right. That's right.
That's where the problem comes in. It's a little bit of a problem right there.
Oh, man, you got that by himself right now.
Come on right now. Sad,
He can't run this.
sad situation.
You're right there.
It's cleared up. Oh Lord.
They come.
Butt crack tight. But no, the Negro said, what do you mean? Abraham, oh, he was confident because he didn't think nobody could see him.
Right.
He says, none seeth me.
Yes, sir.
Trying to act like his mammy in Isaiah 47:10.
Yes, sir.
That heifer deceived that nigga.
Yeah.
He had no idea that I was going to come and tell on him.
Yes, sir. That's right.
He said, Abraham is my father too.
Okay.
What he was actually saying, Abraham had Isaac, Isaac had Jacob, Jacob had Judah, and out of Judah was Jesus from Hebrews 7:14.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Hebrews 7:14. Did you hear that?
Yes, sir.
Judah.
Come on.
So Isaac was the line of Christ.
Yes, sir.
He said, I know that you're from the line of Isaac, Jesus, but Abraham is my father too, and he had two sons, Ishmael and Isaac.
Yes, sir.
So what he was really saying is, listen, I'm Ishmael. Damn!
Yes, sir.
There you go. Clear it up. Straighten it out. Straighten it out.
Abraham is my father too.
That's right.
Busted!
Yes, sir.
Did he get busted?
Yes, sir.
And when you look up Caiaphas, it said he was a member, a prosecutor of the Sadducees. Google Sadducees and it says a group of Ishmaelites who were the prosecutors of Christ. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do about your problem, brother?
Who they are.
Ishmael, that's your ass, brother.
Yes, sir.
You killed Yahshua.
Yes, he did.
In Colossians 4:11 said Jesus is just us.
That's right.
And 1 Corinthians 12:12 says Jesus, the whole body of Christ, is the Jew and the Gentile. So you got the white man, my little brother Japheth,
Yes, sir.
and the black man, the Hebrew Israelites,
Yes, sir.
hung on a cross right now.
Yes, sir.
We are the whole body of Christ that you're sticking your pitchfork, your spear into.
Yes, sir.
You red sand devil, you.
That's right.
That's why they paint the picture of the devil red with two horns, which means Arab and East Indian, you punk nigga, you.
Wow. Oh, man.
Good guy, bad guy.
Yes, sir. Oh, man. Come on. Read
The reptile. He can appear to be two different people.
Yes, sir.
In the Masonic Lodge, they call them the shapeshifters.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But of course, the Bible said, my people believe in fables.
Yes, sir.
We think they can actually turn from human to a snake. No. He is a snake in that he's a chameleon, able to appear to be something that he is not.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Soulless.
He's a blender,
Yes, sir.
That's right.
innerer.
Yes, sir.
How does he do that? He can appear to be a white guy or a black guy.
Yes, sir.
You would think Barbara Arcees, the judge, was a white woman, when in actuality, she's an Arab woman.
Yes, sir.
You would think that all those judges down there in Dade County were white judges. You would say, oh, they only got a few black judges. But when you count them and look at their names, all their names are East Indian and Arab names. I thought it was only 19 of them that were Arab out of the 26. But come to find out, the Goldman and Silvermans are all Temanites. Anybody with men or man on his last name is T-Man.
Yes, sir.
Who the hell is T-Man?
Yes, sir. Come on.
T-Man was the bastard
Tell it. Come on.
that tried to talk Job into cursing God and die,
Yes, sir.
so that he could stab him in the side with a spear again like he did back then.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
T-Man is a deceiver who worked with Job's wife and worked with the devil to slay Jesus, which is Job.
Yes, that's right.
Just us.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Now, all of the Hebrew Israelites that was in Yahweh knew about Teman, and we thought that was an Edomite. But what baffled me is I was looking it up one day, and I saw that Esau didn't have nobody in his bloodline named Teman. And it confused me, and the Bible said Yahweh is not the author of confusion, and so I was confused. So when you get confused, you go on a sort of what you would call a pilgrimage or a search.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I was searching. And then I forgot that he gave me some keys, so I lifted up those keys to hell and death.
Yes, sir.
Revelations 1:18, and I opened the door. Because I wanted to see this whore.
Yes, sir.
I opened the door.
Come on.
Did I rhyme right? Did I rhyme right?
Yes, sir.
Being sure.
Yes, sir.
I just being sure that I rhymed with the whore. As I opened the door. Praise Yahweh. Okay, so I looked it up and discovered something strange. I said, you know what? John Wilkes Booth was white as hell. And he gave the example to Ishmael what to do to every president that got out of line. John Wilkes Booth assassinated Abraham Lincoln.
Yes, he did.
Every assassination of all of the presidents of America after John Wilkes Booth was an Ishmaelite.
Yes, sir.
You say to yourself, what do you mean? Well, Google it. Say the assassins of all the presidents.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how you say it, pronounce this word, but CZOLOGZY was the man who assassinated McKinley. President McKinley.
Yes, sir.
And when you look him up, it says his father was a Polishman who was a, an immigrant. And when you look his father up, his father was a gypsy. Gypsies are East Indians.
Yes, sir.
Amazing.
With some amazing facts, did you see? And I was confused again because his mother was German. I said, okay, cool. And then it said, and his teacher was a lady named Miss Bellman.
Wow.
Man.
Emma Goldman. Right, Emma Goldman. And I said, Goldman, so that's a Temanite. I said, wait a minute, but he's supposed to be an Indian. I'm saying, I was baffled. I got baffled. And I said, wait a minute. When I looked up Esau, I didn't see Teman. Hold on, I didn't see Timon and Esau. Wait a minute. And I looked up the sons, I said, of Ishmael. I said, Timon, the son of Ishmael. I looked it up and it named the 5 sons of Ishmael, and the 5th son was Timon, Timon, Timon.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
Damn!
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Doubler, oh doubler. That is classic.
Well hidden.
That's a big knock.
So the Goldman Sachs, what's the Saxman? Goldman Sachs, Silverman, Lieberman, that's why Zimmerman got off,
Yes, sir.
because he's a shapeshifter.
Yes, sir.
He appears to be white
Right, yeah.
when he's actually
Come on.
an Arab Jew Ishmaelite,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
murderer
Yes, sir.
of Christ,
That's right.
and a person that tried to talk Job, who is Jesus, which is Shem and Japheth, the white man and the black man of America and the world, tried to talk us into cursing God and die.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Come on.
How do you curse God and die? By going against the law.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Because the law of the Lord is the word. Proverbs 6:25. In John 1:1, in the beginning was the word.
Yes.
The word was with God, and the word is God.
Yes.
So the word of the Lord is the law.
Yes, sir.
So when they make you lawless, you become godless and cursed
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
with a curse.
Yes, sir.
How do they talk you into it? By voting themselves into power
Yes, sir.
and changing the truth of God, the laws of God, and the Constitution into a lie,
Yes.
and cause us to worship the creature,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ishmael,
That's right.
instead of the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we got it.
Tag, got you. Man, got you. Got
Got it. You
you.
wish.
Sirhan tried to kill the president in Arab.
Yes, sir.
Oswald went to Cuba. Who was his teacher? Castro. What was Castro? A coolie. Another East Indian.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me it right? The East Indians have been killing our presidents as they have killed Christ.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Praise y'all.
Praise Yahweh.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
They are killing the Hebrews and white people.
Yes, sir.
Yes, they are.
They drive around and shoot us with impunity.
Yes, sir.
Black kids sitting on the side of the road in his car in West Palm Beach
Yes, sir.
doing nothing. An Arab Ishmaelite police officer shot him to death
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
for no reason.
No
Yes,
reason.
sir.
Wicked.
Six police officers break a kid's back. 3 of them white Canaanites, and the other 3 were absolute East Arabs, Indians, and Pakistanis.
Yes, sir.
Yes, they were.
But they shape-shifted, so oh, 3 of them were black. No, they were not. You're lying bastard, you.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Every problem that tried to cause a race war between the black man and the white man, every riot in America
It's caused by
was caused by Ishmael,
Yes, sir.
Arabs and East Indians.
That's right.
Office of Confusion.
Black kid walks into the store. An Arab questions him.
There you go again.
I went to Ferguson and found out what was going on.
Yes, sir.
In Ferguson, that Arab always belittles black people like all Arabs do in all stores in the black neighborhoods all across the country.
That's what they do.
What are you doing over there, nigger? No, yeah, you're not buying nothing, get out. Well, you can't look around. Do you have any money? Show me your money. What?
Yeah, that's how they talk to you.
So the black kid who was going to college didn't feel like taking it no more. He pushed the Arab.
Yes, he did.
But he didn't know the Hyksos ruled, see, and
Yes, sir.
the Phoenicians are the rulers, see, and
Yes, sir.
he didn't know that the Canaanites who put themselves in power in the police department and carry guns.
Yes, sir.
Why they try to make it illegal for us to carry guns.
That's right.
White people, keep your guns.
Yes, sir. That's right.
There's more that be with us than be with them. No. Don't listen to Obama. He is a Somalian from Kenya. He's an East Indian Arabic bastard.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yes, sir. That's what he is.
Don't worry, white people. Don't let them scare you. Because when Canaan died, he said, what we must do is strike fear in them so they'll give up their rights.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Walks in here.
As Obama is opening the prison houses for all of the East Indians and Arabs and Pakistanis who cannot be arrested anyway or found guilty. If some of them did get found guilty, he just let 6,000 of them out.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
He didn't let go of no black man.
No, didn't.
What happened to Big Meech, Obama? You didn't release him. He's a black man.
That's right.
Selling drugs, you said. Why is it illegal to sell drugs when the Indians and Arabs own CVS and Walgreens and they sell alcohol right in the store?
Yes, sir.
They sell cigarettes, which is more lethal than reefer, but you put us in jail for it.
Yes, sir.
We do.
You forgot Deuteronomy 14:21. You forgot that James Madison wrote the Constitution and was hired to write it because he can speak and read Hebrew, and all he did was transpose the 613 laws from one piece of paper that was written in Hebrew to a piece of paper written in English, and he called it the Constitution.
Yes, sir.
And then he wrote a book called the Federalist Papers, and in the back of the Federalist Papers, in the glossary, he said, if you breach the laws of God, you are breaching my constitutional rights.
That's right.
Because the Constitution comes from the Bible.
That's right.
He didn't create you're not allowed to kill somebody in America. He got that from thou shalt not kill.
Yes, sir.
He wasn't smart. He just plagiarized the 613 laws of God.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And wrote it in English. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, in Deuteronomy 14:21, under the laws of God, it said, if something is unclean for you that you should not ingest, then, and another nation wants to ingest it into their system, you sell it to them.
Yes, it says.
How do we know that's right? Because you, East Indians and Arabs who own all of the stores in America, are selling alcohol that is not good for people. You're selling it to them.
Yes, that's right.
But anything that we try to do is certainly illegal. Or regulated. That's the only CD we got? Oh. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now you got it.
Oh, we got it. Yes, sir.
They try to regulate us in everything.
Yes, sir.
They don't want us to be able to do what they're able to do. We're in slavery, black man and white man.
Yes, sir.
White people, they're taking your property. When I go downtown Miami, I see white people walk around with big, long faces, and every one of them I talk to, they're either losing their house or losing their business or something sad. Their shoes look run over. 87% of all businesses are owned by Arabs, Indians, Pakistanis, and Africans, and Jews who are actually Arabic East Indian Jews.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Some of them are Edomite Jews, but most of them are those other guys.
Yes, sir.
These guys are the terrible ones. All of the Ashkenazi Jews, few of them own businesses because they are regulated. They got to have a business license, occupational license, permits. The East Arabs, the East Indians, Arabs, Pakistanis, and the Arab Jews, none of them, look in their stores. It's too late for them to put them up now. None of them have no business license, occupational license, nothing.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm getting around to our brother Anthony Williams in a few seconds now.
Yes, sir.
First, I'm going to show you how they do it. You understand? They don't even need driver's license. Well, what do you mean? No, they don't need it. When they come to America, they come under this rule that they created after they got in and voted themselves into power and became the regulators. They put into law and rules and statutes that under the Most Favorable Immigrant Act, using the UCC and double citizenship, they have diplomatic immunity. Therefore, they don't need driver's license. They just get an international license for $10, and that's it.
Wow.
And if you look up their license plate, it goes back to "Don't stop me, because I'm a diplomat."
Wow.
The UCC stuff that's supposed to work for everybody only works for them.
That's right.
They get you to go sign up and pay all this money to somebody else and go to the UCC and the United Nations, and you get all these identification cards and all of that crap, and soon as you get it in your hand, you go to jail.
Yes, you did that.
Ask Wesley Snipes. He thought he had rights. You are a nigger to them, sir. You are a slave.
Yes, sir.
You are not free.
Yes, sir.
You are a nigger. The word nigger means necros, which means dead. You don't have a right. They move your body, your dead body about like they want to.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All of your creation belongs to them.
Yes, sir.
You can't go into business because they tax you and regulate you and fine you with zoning and code enforcement out of business.
Yes, they do.
It's impossible to go into business in America.
That's right.
They make it impossible, but they come over here and they don't have to pay taxes under the Most Favorable Immigrant Act for the first 5 years. And then after their 5 years is up, they sign it over to their cousin, Ozani, and then Ozani takes over for another 5 years, and he goes back to India and comes back under the Most Favorable Immigrant Act. They gave him $10,000 to start his business over again, and then they give him $10,000 to settle down, then they give him food stamps, welfare. He gets vouchers for electric bill, vouchers for water bill. He gets a $70 a month credit card. He gets a $700 a month crazy card because he went through so much problems over there, running from over there under the Most Favorable Immigrant Act. And this guy gets all of this free money, then they give him free housing, and he don't have to pay no taxes on that house because he's under the UCC sovereignty law.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Shine the light on them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right.
This great red dragon
Yes, sir.
is drunk with the money, the blood of the saints.
Yes, sir. Family.
Vampire,
Yes, sir.
fat and full.
Yes, he is.
Werewolves.
These dogs, these werewolves,
Yes, sir.
flesh-eating bastards who actually eat us
Let's say
Yes, sir.
are drunk with the blood of the saints.
Yes, sir.
Revelation 17. Read about that great red dragon. And when you look up, it's called Magog and Gog.
Yes, sir.
Who is Magog and Gog? The people that will fight against God. Who is Magog? Russia, Russia, Russia.
Yes, sir.
Who is God? The Orient, Orient.
Yes, sir.
And Ishmael, who was mixed with both of them doing that shape-shifting trick.
Yes, sir.
Turning from Oriental
Yes, sir.
to Ishmael or Arab or Ishmael to Russian, because Magog was the son of Japhet.
Yeah.
And Magog is white. So, but when you go to Russia, all the white Magog Russians are broke and poor, and they're living under communism.
Yes, they are.
Oh, yes, they are too. They're broke as hell.
Yes, sir.
All got the same kind of car, same kind of house, but when you go down the street, around the corner, up the curve, there's some women running around naked in the yard with a big old mansion with Rolls Royces. They say there's 3 times as many billionaires in Russia as there are in America, because they're eating off all of the blood of the saints, which is our white Magog people over there who are sad and broke.
That's right.
Meet up.
Guess who's in behind those house gates with all those rich people and all that money? A whole bunch of Arabs
Oh, yes,
Yes, sir.
and East Indians
Yes, sir.
who call themselves Russians. Shapeshifter!
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do we catch the shapeshifter?
Down.
National.
That's who Putin Putin is. He's a shapeshifter. He's actually an East Indian.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There's no business owned by white people here in America. White person told me the other day, oh, what about those Italian restaurants? Those are not Italians. They tell you they are Sicilians.
Yes, sir.
Who is Sicilian? They're from Sicily. Who occupied Sicily now? Who occupied it now? The gypsies. Who are the gypsies? I'm sorry to tell you, they're East Red Dot Head Indians.
Yes, sir.
Dang.
Yes, sir.
Oh, the Sicilians are really black. No, they're Arabs, East Indians, Somalians, whatever.
Yes, sir.
They're the only ones. All the real Italians work for a living.
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, the Cubans are taking over from Florida and Miami. You're a lie. Castro is an East Indian. So was Chavez. How did he do that? That Mahatma Gandhi trick. They infiltrated the country. Came in and they talked the country into democracy. This is the classic Mahatma Gandhi trick. You talk them into being a democracy, and then you vote yourselves into power, and then you regulate the people into giving the wealth of the strong unto the weak, which is who? Them.
Yes,
The other weeks who think they're going to get something don't get nothing. You do it because you're raising taxes because we're trying to protect women's issues. When you go for food stamps, black woman of America who's actually a Hebrew Israelite, you get $120. These East Indian Arabs get $2,000 a month. What the hell is going on?
See, they have.
Why do you get so little? That means it don't work for you. You thought you was voting our money away from us to your head. No, it's going to them.
Yes, it is.
And only them.
That's right.
They are the best in the West. They are living off of us for free.
Yes, sir.
They own everything. White people own absolutely nothing. They have stolen America, and they have foreclosed on America and given all of white people's properties away to them.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Then they get their rich guys to buy all of the businesses. You can go to Alabama in the backwoods, that gas station is owned by an Arab, East Indian, or Pakistan. Every one of them.
Yes, sir.
No matter where you go, Joe Biden even said it.
Yes, sir.
Go look at it. Vice President Biden said it. They own all of the 7-Elevens. They own everything, sir.
Everything.
They don't want you to do the Canadian pipeline so that Saud, another Ishmaelite, can keep selling gas to us. So that we will be under them and controlled by them when they want to raise it or lower it, whatever they feel like doing.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Obama making sure that why? Because he is them.
Yes, he is.
He opens the prison houses for his people, but got us so afraid where we agree with our Vikings being in jail, talking about drug dealers. No. Let the Vikings out. Why? Because if it comes to it, they're the only ones that can fight.
That's right.
They're leaving a bunch of weaklings out here, and then they're trying to take your guns. Let black men and white men out of jail. Because guess what? The only people that put you in jail in the Bible was the devil.
Yes, sir.
Jail didn't exist. You got your punishment right on the spot.
Yes, sir.
Right then. If you got to get 50 stripes, right on the spot, you got your whipping then. Kicked out the camp, whatever, is now.
Yes, sir.
They designed that so they can put you in jail, then recruit you to Islam or communism in jail.
Yes, sir.
And then hold you in there so when the war break out, all your warriors are locked up.
Yes, sir.
But in Matthew chapter 5, it said, agree with the adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the devil cast you into jail. See, only the devil casts you into jail.
Right.
There's no such thing as jail. We never put nobody in jail in the Bible. We whooped you then, Negro.
Yes, sir.
They didn't put Jesus in jail. They destroyed him that night.
That's right.
Everybody was asleep.
While everybody was asleep.
Sleep.
Overnight.
Yes, sir.
As soon as you found guilty, it's over. Boom, you stoned to death. Whatever.
Yes, sir. That's right.
That's how they do it.
They got it going on. Then they got you wanting to join the UCC, or better yet, they got you so tricked in being a Mason so that you can make a vow to them.
Yes, sir.
And then they say in order to be one of them and become famous, you got to be a boule or boute. I mean, boule, nule, boute, la la. No, okay. They want you to be a homosexual.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So they can dog you out, right? So you'll be feeling doomed and join the dark side since you're going to hell anyway.
Yes, sir.
That's the trick. But remember, I can show you in the Bible where the homosexual goes to heaven. Anybody who repents can go to heaven. That's all a trick to get you to fight on their side.
That's right, sir.
All of my youth, don't join them because they're never going to give you anything. Black woman, they're aborting your babies, using your women's issues as a right to kill all of our sons and daughters in abortion.
Yes, sir.
Planned Parenthood.
Yes, sir.
Controlled by Ishmael in the black neighborhood. Now, the masonry is one of the biggest tricks I've ever seen. Black men become masons and think they can go in the courthouse and give the judge a sign. You go up there doing all this, judge, they're right. Guilty, we gave you 48 years. I think he misunderstood me. See, I'm actually a Mason, but I was really out to sign Mason, 33rd degree, right, 48 years. I don't think he understood. I was trying to, no, I'm gonna tell him. No, sir, I'm a, UCC and all that stuff.
None of that works.
Remember you told me that when I joined this, where you going, sir, come back. That was my potency. Can I go see him? No, okay, listen, sir, I just want to ask you a question. Can you mitigate the sentence? 48 years, sir. Take him out. I think he misunderstood. Okay. None of that ever works for you.
Never.
You be confused, boy. You done rolled the goat and everything.
You think you said the wrong thing or did the wrong side?
Maybe I did the wrong side. Maybe I'm just hold on for a second. Hold on for a second.
Go back and study it. Got it now.
48 years. You paid all them dues and everything. You on your way to the cell house. All while you walking to the cell. I don't think he understood me. Does he wear glasses? All kind of stuff. He ain't have his glasses. Niggas there making up dances with Masonic signs. Nothing works! Have you ever noticed that you never see an Arab, East Indian, or Pakistani, or Asian, Chinese men, or none of them in jail ever? They might get arrested. Them Jewish lawyers you think about? Mr. Goldman, Ishmael, Temanite, there you go.
Yes, sir.
They work together.
Yes, sir.
They go play golf together and figure out how much money they gonna make off your slavery.
Yes, sir.
Stupidity.
Every day.
But you say, well, why don't they go to jail? They're not sure because they're shapeshifters, see? So if a Cuban guy kills somebody or a Mexican hurts somebody, and they gonna arrest them. And the Mason has to go in front of the judge and give the signal. He gets out.
Yes, sir.
It works for him.
Right.
That's why you don't see them, and they only go to jail for a few moments.
Yes, sir.
Like, remember that guy that just stabbed, shot the woman to death, and they let him out immediately, even though ICE said, don't let him out, we got a warrant for his arrest. That Indian police chief let him out anyway. Why? Because he was a shapeshifter.
Yes, sir.
Masons know this trick, but guess what? See, Trump don't know what he's saying when he say, don't let the Mexicans in. No, the real Mexicans actually work for a living. The shapeshifters are the criminals and the gangsters and the gang members and the murderers. That's who they are. They are the East Indians and the Arabs who have infiltrated the country like Gandhi taught them to do.
That's right. There you go. Shine the light, sir.
They are the Aztecs.
Yes, sir. Come on.
And get the other ones to join on their side, makes them just as bad as them. Twofold the child of a devil.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Werewolves to the utmost.
Yes, sir.
But the good Cubans that come over here, they all work for a living. The rest of them are criminals.
Yes, sir.
They don't have no problems at all. They get right out. Every riot in America, like I was saying, started by an Arab. Black guy smokes in front of, sells one cigarette in front of an Arab store. He called the police, they beat him to death. They said, wait a minute, they strangled this guy. The black lady there gave him told him to do it. Look her up. She was an Arab police officer. Just like the major downtown Miami. She looks like a black woman, but she's an Arab. She don't like me, and I don't like her. To hell with her, because I know your trick now. You either repent, or white people are going to get your ass. My white brother is waking up because he don't own nothing. The ones you think are white are really Canaanites. That's who Clinton is. He's a Canaanite. He's a cracker who can't get in the sun. Why do you think Hillary's skin is cracking up like that? Because she's a cracking Canaanite.
Yes, sir.
The only way she can get in the sun is use sunblock.
That's right. That's it. Like a pen.
She is not nothing like a European Gentile, my little brother, who's going to be saved with me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can't let that heifer in there. That's why I'm running for president, so she won't make it. This is the Bible versus Babel. Now we got a brother named Anthony in jail because what? What did they say he did? Let's see. They said that he's a what? Anthony Williams. This brother's in jail for, they say, for practicing law without a license. Well, not one lawyer has a license.
Not one.
No, he has a bar association card. That's not a license. That's not sanctioned by the feds or the state. That's sanctioned by a company called the Bar Association, who got their information and power from the British bar, who got their power from the bar in India. Damn.
Oh my goodness. Back to the engines.
Back to the engines. East engines, that is.
Yes, sir.
They are the best I've ever seen. They can practice law, but you can't. See, they don't need a license. They don't need no license because they got UCC stuff. And they go by the law that's codified in Title 42 USC 1988. Now, this is what Anthony said. He was going by the actual law as codified by the Congress, which says private attorney general is an informal term usually used today in the United States to refer to a private attorney who brings a lawsuit considered to be a public interest, i.e. benefiting the general public, and not just the plaintiff, on behalf of a citizen or a group of citizens. So that's how he came into the courtroom, on behalf of the citizen, and he told you he was a private attorney general, or as codified by Title 42 USC 1988. See what they doing again? They got you trying to kill Jesus for keeping the law. Jesus back then was innocent. He kept the law. Even when they said he picked fruit on the Sabbath, he gave them the law.
Yes, sir.
As codified by the command of Yahweh, that if the king commands you to break the law, it is legal to do so if it is necessary or because Yahweh wants to keep a promise. And he showed them that, and they held their heads down and walked away.
Yes, sir.
So now here's a man that's following the law that he read clearly, codified by the Congress who makes the law in America.
Yes, sir.
And said he can do this on behalf of citizens.
Yes, sir.
But how do they accomplish this? They scare our Gentile brothers.
Yes, sir.
They scared the Romans back then. They said, this man wants to be king over Caesar. This man was trying to take your position, Pilate.
Yes, sir.
But y'all better be like Pilate. He didn't go for that back then. He found no fault in this man because he was keeping the law.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
But these Arab Jews wanted him dead anyway.
Yes, sir.
And they wanted him dead even though what he was saying and doing was right.
That's right.
Even though he actually healed people,
Yeah.
they still wanted the man dead.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because they're vampires.
Yes, sir.
That's why they put a stone over his tomb.
Yes, sir.
That's why they had guards guarding the tomb.
Yes, sir.
That's why they had guards guarding Abraham Lincoln's tomb.
Yes, sir.
Because the vampires wanted to torment him and eat him. But that's another story, you know. I ain't going to tell that story today, but that's what's happening. Just, that's coming soon, okay?
Yes, sir.
These people are going against Title 42 USC 1988 Private Attorney General. It says the attorney is considered a private attorney general and may at the equitable discretion of the court be entitled to recover attorney's fees if he or she prevails.
Yes, sir.
So he can get paid if he wins.
That's right.
You're making it against the law to keep the law. Like one of the laws said, hey, a private citizen cannot under any condition have America come against you and arrest you. This is the same thing.
Also, criminal investigator and federal witness.
Oh, I'm going to read that. Okay. I'm reading from here too, because I think yours might be better up here. But I got a brother in here that was arrested for bank fraud when the Congress law actually says if it's a private bank or a private citizen that's doing a loan, the only thing he can do is sue them if he was defrauded. It's just like if you bought a car and the man said the engine is in that car and you didn't go do your own due diligence like the law says you must do your own due diligence. If you don't go over there and find out that there is no engine in that car, you give them the money, okay, you can try to recover it, but your only way to recover it is to sue them. You can't call the police and have them arrested.
That's right.
That is the law.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But they arrested this brother anyway, even though he actually did nothing wrong. He didn't even defraud him. But nevertheless, they used a law that is not the law to do that.
Yes, sir.
What's his name? Gutman. He's a prosecutor.
Yes, sir.
Gut man. Another T-man night.
Yes, sir.
A Temanite.
Exactly. Ishmael.
An Ishmaelite.
Yes, sir.
The fifth son of Ishmael.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's who did that. What's the name of the prosecutor for Anthony, sir? No, the name of the attorney for Melinda Brown.
Right.
That's the judge, right?
One of them.
Guess what this judge did against this same brother? In September 2013, under the law or this little thing that happened between Thompson versus Smith, the Supreme Court ordered that nobody in America has to have driver's license because the founding fathers gave you the right to pursue happiness, and you can't make a person pay for a right, and you cannot make a right a privilege, which they have done and misconstrued. And because this brother went in front of the judge, as did I went in front of the judge and showed the judge that law, and the judge said, case dismissed. He didn't want his case dismissed. He wanted to embarrass them. But this judge, instead of just throwing the whole case out according to the Constitution, she refused to read anything that he gave her. And this Melinda Brown, this malicious Melinda Brown, who works for the bar, went against the law and arrested this man for driving without a license. Did y'all hear what I just said?
Yes, sir.
Even though the Supreme Court just said you can't do that.
That's right. That's right.
Just said.
The states are going against the law right and left.
Yes, sir.
Or should I say left and right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I mean, they have made it illegal to be legal and legal to be illegal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They say that you can't have more than one wife, but you can marry another guy as a guy.
Wow.
Damn!
Totally insane.
What the hell is going on?
Laws.
Two beards can kiss,
Insanity.
but you can't. See, they use that on women to get, that's what they're going to use against me. Hey, see, he believes, no, I believe in keeping law of America right now, because look how these fools are. They going against everything. But my goodness,
Yes, sir.
that's wide open insanity. Wide open.
Yes, sir. In your face.
Men are in butts
Wow.
against the law of God. They've made it legal to be illegal.
Yes, yes, sir.
Put this brother in jail for a private investor. Wow. Goodman, Tiemann, Melinda Brown, put him in jail for driving while license suspended when there is no law. Why do they do that? Because these vampires need your money, your blood.
Yes, sir.
How do they do it? The greatest way to do it, the greatest way on earth to regulate a people is impeding their right to travel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is your God-given right to pursue happiness. They take away your passport. You're not allowed to leave the country.
That's right.
As for my people, women rule them and they use their children to oppress them. Isaiah 3:12. They use your driver's license to find out where you are, just to make you pay child support, which is biblically illegal, because Deuteronomy 14:28 said if a child's father is for any reason, that the taxes of the country is to take care of that child. But now they are charging you with it and then using it to suspend your license. And then make you take away your passport too. I mean, they have got it going on. And force you to get a job under child support so that you can go to work for an East Indian who don't have none of those problems. They're the best I've ever seen. Now my brother's in jail under this, how to do this here? Please God help me. Under this Title 42 USC 1988. Saying he cannot, they said he's not allowed to practice law, even though right here the law specifically says it in the codified written papers by Congress under USC 1988, Title 42. Every Everybody Google that, please, so you'll know. See, what they're trying to do is strike fear in you, so they're doing the Willie Lynch thing, taking your king, killing him in front of you, put it all on TV. So Pharaoh, Carmel, the Pharaoh.
Yes, sir.
Who was the Pharaoh?
You got it right.
Who was the Pharaoh?
Egyptian.
The Egyptians.
Let's go.
Who was the Egyptians during the time about slavery? The Hyksos. Who were the Hyksos? East Indian, Arab, Pakistanians, the Ishmaelites, and Canaanites and Hamites. Boom! We got them again. Carmel Pharaoh shows him on TV being arrested at the airport for practicing law, which he was really doing with Title 42 USC 1988 says you are to do.
That's right.
It went back. What? My goodness, help me, sir. You understand? The United States Congress also passed laws with private attorney general provisions that provide for enforcement of laws prohibiting employment discrimination, police brutality, water pollution under the Clean Water Act. Okay? Then over here it says, pursuant codified by the U.S. Congress 42 USC 1988, appointed as private attorney general and qualified criminal investigator pursuant to 18 USCC 1510 and entitled to the full and complete protection of the law by both the federal and state governments as federal witnesses pursuant of the personal lawful political distinction as by publicly declared declaration known as one of the people and unrebuted affidavit, which means you are tampering with a federal witness.
Yes, sir.
As codified by Title 42 USC 1988 and pursuant to 18 USCC 1510. Damn. There's the law.
Yes, sir.
In your face. Do you keep the law or not? No, you're not. Like when I was in front of Lady Barbara R.C.'s, I said, ma'am, you know, here's a tenant, and according to the Obama Tenant Act, which is federal, came from the president himself. If he has a lease, you have to honor that lease. I know that by December 2015, that was supposed to be finished. But if you had the lease before December 2015, you have to honor the lease, ma'am. And she said, we're not doing that here. What? I got on camera, go to gods2.com, where's it at? Video number what? Look it up so I can come back and tell them what video that is. It's right in there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You can see Barbara R.C.'s, who is an Arab, and you see all the lawyers in there. I even got one in there where I show all these Arab and Indian lawyers taking white people's property.
Yes, sir.
If they take white people's property, black people don't stand a chance.
That's right.
So when you got a brother coming in here that is a private attorney general fighting for the people's rights,
That's right.
just like they want to take your guns from you so that you can't defend yourself. So that only the vampire have weapon teeth so that they can chew you to pieces.
Yes, sir.
They want to scare us to death in defending ourselves, as was written by the United States Congress. Congress represents the people. That means the people must have wanted that. And this country is by the people, for the people, of the majority, which is the people. Now run by the East Indians. The East Indians are the king right now. They run everything. So Ishmael, listen up clearly so you can be safe, bro. Listen. Even you are being treated bad by the royals in East India. They're dogging you out. I'm warning you to protect yourself, because once white people figure out that they don't own nothing no more and that you're taking everything from them, they're going to go berserk. Now, they'll listen to me up to a point, but if you nuts don't join on to our side and let the nobles of you be destroyed, who was destroying you anyway, you're going to take a hell of a whooping. A bad one. See, I'm trying to warn you as much as I possibly can. You cannot survive what's going to happen. See, y'all, hey, did y'all notice something in Iran? See, I want y'all to understand the power of what's going on. Iran makes a deal with Obama. You say to yourself, why did they make a deal with Obama, and why is half of Iran under the Ayatollahs saying, to hell with America? Death to America. Why are they saying that? I'm going to tell you why they're saying it, because the Ayatollahs are actually Persians, and Persians are Iranians, and Iranians are, guess who? Japhet.
Yes, sir.
They are Madai, the Medes. Madai in Isaiah 13 say they're going to thrust America through if they don't let us go. Who are they trying to free? The black man. Why? Because the Persians, the Gentiles have always come to our rescue.
Yes, sir.
They did it back in the days of Cyrus. Cyrus was a Persian. He freed us from Babylon. He freed us from the Lamites under Heman. He-Man, the T-Man.
That's right.
He freed us. You understand?
Yes,
and then he had every time we got in trouble, they always came to our rescue. The last time they came to our rescue was in the Civil War. It was the Gentiles that came to our rescue, like their brother, the Syrians.
Yes, right.
And they're going to come to our rescue again.
Yes, sir.
So, you right now, O Ishmael, are the king.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because this America is by the people, for the people, of the majority, which is you, because you have made yourself the majority. So what I'm going to do is warn you. This is like the days of Jonah.
Yeah.
In the days of Jonah, Nineveh was a whole nother Babylon, a whole nother south that had us in slavery.
Yes, sir.
The king immediately repented in Nineveh.
Yes,
Now, if you don't repent like he did, the Bible said it'd be like the days of Lot with Sodom and Gomorrah, or the days of Jonah with Nineveh. In the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, they didn't repent, and they were the archetype
Yes, sir.
of the Ishmaelites with Ham and Canaan today. The archetype was Nimrod, who was mixed with the Cushites, black and white, that made the red man Nimrod. And over here they made that same situation under the Hyksos, Persians, and all them other people. So right over here, you got these two things going on. The Sodomites were controlled by these people. They didn't listen and got killed. Nineveh listened, and they were saved.
That's right. Yes, sir.
So y'all got the same position going on today, Ishmael. If you don't repent, you're going to be like these people. If you do repent, you can be saved. But the nobles of you are still going to take the ass whooping.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Praise Yahweh.
Praise God.
So, if y'all want to understand what's going on in Iran, the Ayatollahs are our Gentile brothers who've always come to our rescue, and they're saying we're going to death to America because they're enslaving the people again, and they refuse to submit. But they realize that Iran was infiltrated by the East Indians and the Arabs,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
who call themselves Shiites,
That's right.
and they got into Iran and got the voting power and voted themselves in as president. But the Medes kept their power, called the Ayatollahs.
That's right.
That's where you got the two sides from. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yes, sir.
These people are against America. These people are for America. Why? Because they are the East Indians, Obamaites.
That's right.
Bam!
Yes, sir. They are him.
You're captured again, Captain.
Bullseye is on.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 says, The sons of perdition must be revealed that way. Go to Acts 19:24. Acts chapter 19:24. Then you're going to see what's going on, because 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 says, every nation, that all of us are coming together, but we will not come together except the son of perdition be revealed and moved out of the way.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Now, read Acts 19:24. Read.
For a certain For a certain man named Demetrius, a silversmith, which made silver shrines for Diana, brought no small gain unto the craftsmen.
Keep reading on. Keep reading fast.
He called with the workmen of the occupation, with like occupation, and said, Sirs, ye know that by this craft we have our wealth.
They are what craft? Masonic craft.
Yes, sir.
By our Masonic craft do we have our wealth. We're getting rich with all these false gods everywhere. Read on.
Moreover, ye see and hear that not alone at Ephesus, but almost throughout all Asia, this Paul hath persuaded and turned away much people, saying that they be no gods which are made with hands.
They be no gods who call themselves potentates, who call themselves Hindus, who call themselves all of these different religions, which are only East Indian and Arab religion. When you saw the Pope stand on the stage with all the different religions of the world, there was only two white people up there, him and another white guy. The rest of them were East Indian and Arab religion. They didn't have one Baptist, one black religion up there. It was just them.
Wow.
But they be no damn gods. Only Yahweh is God, boy. And Yahweh is here to save the Jews and the Gentiles. And he's going to let the rest of y'all come if you choose. Choose you this day whom you shall serve. Yahweh or take an ass whooping. Read.
So that not only this our craft is in danger to be set at naught, but also that the temple of the great goddess Diana should be despised, and her magnificence shall be destroyed, whom all Asia and the world worship.
Now it said all Asia.
Yes, sir.
It didn't just say Asia South, Asia North, or Asia Minor, or Asia Major. You know what it said? All Asia. Guess who that is? East India, Pakistan, and Arabs, and the Russians and Magog, all of them.
Yes, sir.
They worship that, and they got us worshiping it. Every black leader we ever had in America all worshipped who? And followed who? Elijah Muhammad, his teacher was Master Farad Muhammad, an Arab Ishmaelite.
Yes, sir.
Who was Malcolm X. He went over there to Mecca, came back from being taught by them, and turned against the man.
Yes, sir.
Martin Luther King was taught by Mahatma Gandhi, Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey, Bob Marley, and all of them. Who was their teacher? Haile Selassie, another East Indian.
Yes, sir.
All of our women follow East Indian women. They wear their East Indian hair, their Malaysian hair. They follow their tariffs and their books and their soothsaying, their prognosticated. They pick their men according to being a Taurus or Libra written by them heifers who are called East Indians and Arabs and Pakistan. Damn that heifer!
That's right.
Yes, sir.
I'm here to destroy the shape shifters.
Yes, sir.
I'm here to stop the war between the black man and the white man. There will be no race war. We are ending all of this right now. All right, so y'all remember my white brothers and my Indian brothers who run the newspaper, the radio, the TV. I know y'all try to blackball people, but you better let me get this information out so that I can save you. Because ISIS is on their way here to kill you. They just did it in France.
Yes, sir.
Now they're coming for your behind. They're going to kill all of you, but then white people going to wake up and kill you anyway, because I'm going to get the message to them through the Republican newspapers and everything. So your best bet is the best be cool and let me get the information out so I can stop them from killing you, because contrary to popular belief, Ishmael is still my brother.
Yeah.
So I will allow you to survive. So, but you better help me when I go to the newspaper. You better make sure I get in there. Do you understand? Because I know right now that all of the media is run by Arabs, Indians, and Pakistanis. Even Fox News is run by Waleed or Jalal Waleed. That's his name.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's an Arab.
Yes.
He's a Saudi prince.
Yes, sir.
He owns Fox.
Wow.
And you got a whole bunch of, go look up every news, all of them, CNN, all of them, they all owned by them. East Arabs, Indian, Pakistan, they own the media. Only hope now is www. They can't stop it.
Yes,
So y'all go to tape number 4A on gods2.com and you can see where they're giving away and taking all black people and white people's property.
Yes, sir.
All the judges are Arabs, Indians, and Pakistanis. They run and own everything. And I'm going to tell you, you lawyers that are practicing the law illegally while you're trying to kill our brother Anthony Williams, even though Title 42 U.S.C. 1988 Private Attorney General says that he has the right to do this as codified by the Congress. Did y'all hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
This is what I'm talking about. Praise y'all. So I'm telling you, Luke 11:52 says, woe be unto you lawyers. I know that you are Caiaphas.
Yes, sir.
That's who you are, Gutman. That's who you are, Judge Silverman. I know who you are, all of you punks.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You better repent or you are going to die a dog's death.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As codified by Jesus Christ.
Yes, yes, sir.
Or should I say, Yahshua HaMashiach. Because when white people wake up, they going for your neck.
Yes, sir.
They're going to kill you.
So y'all go to gods2.com and make sure that I am president. It's called SymonetteForPresident.com and see AGAJobsMarch.com.
Yes.
All good people, Latin, black, and white, must unite. Latin, black, and white, must unite. My name is Michael, the black man. Yeah. Yes, sir.